What is up, everybody? This is your favorite custodian, and today we're going to take a look at Hulk vs. Thor: Banner of War, written by Donny Cates. Now, during this time, Donny Cates was also writing a Hulk comic alongside his Thor comic, and of course, when you're doing both comics, you might as well say, hey, let's do a little crossover with the two comics to see who would win in a fight, because there's nothing better than to see two of your favorite characters bash each other's brains in. But anyways, just to put a little bit of a backstory for the Hulk thing, Donny Cates wrote Hulk. In this story, Bruce now takes over the Hulk's body and forces the Hulk consciousness into like a engine room sort of thing, because the Hulk's body is now like a starship that could go through space and time and stuff. It's really crazy and kind of dumb, but I'll get into that if I ever want to do a deep dive into Donny Cates' Hulk, but that'll be a bit later. But anyways, the Hulk is now like a giant starship thing. And it was just passing through space and time until he got caught up by Thor, who tries to fucking kill him. Well, at least not kill him, but like get him and attack him, because the Hulk is kind of being hunted down by the Avengers because of a little incident in El Paso where he killed 17 people. Bruce killed specifically 17 people. So anyway, they start fighting. They accidentally go into this like weird ginger world planet. It's like the Care Bears world or whatever, and they don't want to destroy it. So Thor is just like, hey, Sif, take us somewhere else. And so Sif takes them to like a gladiator ring that Odin was in which, Angela, his daughter, forced him into. So that's pretty cool. And there's this pretty cool splash page of like a health bar and like their feats and their names and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So in order to beat Thor, Hulk decides to download every single time Hulk and Thor ever fought into his mind so he could find a way to beat him. Meanwhile, Thor is just, slamming away with his new broken up hammer that his dad was in. Also, almost forgot to tell you, if you don't remember last time, Thor destroyed his own hammer, and now Thor's dad, Odin, is now inside the hammer. So that's pretty funny. There's this like little cheeky line where Thor was talking to his dad, whereas Bruce was talking to like a figment of his imagination that looked like Betty Ross, his ex-wife, and I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, they're fighting and stuff like that, and it looks like Hulk was taking the upper hand until Odin, who's in the hammer, tells Thor to fucking throw him into the Hulk so he could infiltrate the Hulk's mind. So Thor does that, and he's able to somehow get into the Hulk's mind and stop Bruce from fighting. Meanwhile, Thor manages to beat the Hulk down, but not until Tony, who's also on the hunt for Hulk, in his new celestial armor. Yes, you heard that right. He has a armor made up of a celestial body part. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, that starts happening. And meanwhile, back in Bruce's brain, Odin and Bruce go over what happened in El Paso, where apparently a new personality started being formed into Bruce's head, and it's a pretty malevolent personality because it can pretty much come into Bruce's body without having to turn into the Hulk, and it can also possess other people to become very violent. So yeah, Bruce killed the Titan personality, because that's what it's called. It's called Titan. I don't know why, it's weird. The Titan personality kills 17 people and burns it down in El Paso. So that was pretty crazy, but at least we know why he's on the run. Anyway, Hulk's consciousness managed to escape the engine room, and unfortunately he didn't know that, so now he's in control of his body, but is now trying to like kill Tony, because he doesn't think that that's the real Tony. He thinks that's just one of the monsters that Bruce sets up on him so he could power up the Starship Hulk. It doesn't really end well, because Tony tries to trap him, but then the Titan personality takes over again and like shoots laser beams out of its eyes and just has a giant fucking explosion. The Hulk basically turns into a mini gamma bomb, and that's pretty sick. The problem is that it happened with Thor there, and Thor turned into a Thor Hulk. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. So now we have two hulked out characters, the regular Hulk and Thor Hulk. And from the looks of it, Thor Hulk is just beating up the regular Hulk. He's just kicking his ass, beating him into submission, and it's looking pretty rough for regular Hulk. So Odin has the idea to let the Hulk use Mjolnir, because anybody can use Mjolnir right now due to the enchantments wearing off, so nobody has to be worthy to use the hammer. So Odin gives the Hulk Mjolnir, and so now the Hulk has the power of Thor, and Thor has the power of the Hulk, and they just go at it. It is just fight after fight is just clashing and beating up each other until they basically destroy the entire ring, and it's just a little hunk of like ground and stuff like that. And everybody just left because nobody wants to be there when two giant thunderous beings decide to nearly destroy a planet. So anyway, Sif decides to take them into Asgard. That doesn't seem like a good idea because he's basically, Thor Hulk is basically destroying everything. So the best thing they could do is push Thor Hulk into the tree. I forgot what the tree is called. Push him into Yggdrasil. That's what it's called, Yggdrasil. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. That's such a weird name for a tree, Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Yeah. Anyway, he pushes him into the World Tree because he cannot beat Hulk. He cannot beat Thor Hulk because. For starters, Thor Hulk is just stronger than the regular Hulk, even with like Thor powers. The Hulk is just weaker, apparently, and apparently, Thor was holding back those entire times he did fight against the Hulk. So yeah, that's pretty intense. That doesn't work, unfortunately, and he just decides to nearly destroy the World Tree until his father manages to calm him down and take away all of the power that was in him. And the little series ends with Thor not wanting to chase the Hulk anymore and lets Hulk go. As I said, it's a pretty straightforward arc. There's not a lot that happens other than, the whole finding out what happened in El Paso. But since this is a Thor retrospective, not a Hulk retrospective, that probably doesn't really matter to you guys. But yeah, I really enjoy this one. I'll definitely give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's really cool. Art by Martin Cocchello is pretty great, fantastic overall, and I'm glad that he's like the new artist for the new Thor run that's out right now. But yeah, this is pretty good. I highly recommend it. Like, subscribe, comment, and next time we will be getting into the second to last arc of the Thor run. So I'll see you later.